What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Shazam issue number 2. And for those of you wondering, today is Tuesday, which means it is time for new DC Comics. I am currently not home right now. This video is pre-recorded to upload on Tuesday so that you guys have something coming out. That way we're not getting too far behind. Any new comics that are coming out this week for DC Comics, we will be covering on Thursday. But I wanted to have a little bit of something to hold you guys over until we can get there. I will also be back on Wednesday so that we can be covering everything going on with the Hellfire Gala of 2023. But when it comes to this comic, what we had seen in the first issue is Billy really just doing what Billy does. Whether it be in the Rock of Eternity, hanging out, bringing all of his little gadgets and trinkets, or if it's out there doing the superhero thing, now having a kind of YouTube channel to record all of it. That way they can try to bring in some revenue, bring in some money to help pay for just life. But the last time we saw Shazam, we saw an anger in him unlike anything we have ever seen before, acting as if he is better than everybody else. And with this rage coming out of him, Billy is so confused on what is going on, not being able to control his emotions, as if something had taken him over. But what Billy is unaware of is the forces that move against him in the shadows. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up with Billy and his family. Right now, his family is laying into him. The footage of what happened has gone viral. Before he could even fly home, it was making its rounds all over the internet. And his family wants to know, how does Captain Boy Scout suddenly go atomic on an entire crowd of people he just saved? And Billy tries to let him know that he has no idea. He has no idea what overcame him. It was like he wasn't himself. Neither him or Captain Marvel. And so he's trying to figure out. He's trying to decipher what the heck just happened to him. Obviously, it doesn't help that all of his siblings literally are just laying into him. They are giving him the third degree. They are trying to figure out what happened as much as he is. But he knows that this wasn't any kind of mind control. He knows that he's not being a puppet for somebody else. But with a ring at the doorbell, Billy goes to check and see who it is. When he opens up the door, this is where we see a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex with a monocle, top hat, bow tie, and briefcase in hand. At first, Billy slams the door in his face. And can you blame the guy? A giant T-Rex just showed up at your front door. But after a few moments, they open the door back up and they let him in. And the T-Rex lets us know that he is looking for Batson Billy. Billy can't help but think that now everything seems so normal to his family. A giant T-Rex shows up on the front door and they tell him not to be rude to allow him inside. But the T-Rex is here to talk about those he had just recently saved. The T-Rexes that he helped fix their saucer and get them back up into space. The T-Rex is here because he performed this feat without filling out the proper intergalactic paperwork. It seems that this dinosaur civilization is as bureaucratic as we are, as this T-Rex goes on and on about the things that Billy did wrong, saying that there are things that he needs to file properly. At this point, Billy has had enough. All of this is just way too much. Everything going on with his powers, everything going on with the whole situation, and then a T-Rex shows up telling him that he didn't fill out the paperwork to save those other dinosaurs. And so Billy, he takes off. Him and Freddy go walking down the road, trying to figure out everything that is going on, trying to figure out why this is happening. Now, Freddy, he does theorize that maybe you really feel that way deep down, that your reaction, this was part of your subconscious. That maybe your outburst, maybe it is deep down and you don't know it. But while they walk down the road and have this conversation, this is where we see people running from a museum. They are running because of Psycho-Pirate. And with the supervillain being here at the museum, Freddy tells him to say the word. but Billy is afraid to, worried that he might explode again. But Freddy does tell him that maybe Psycho-Pirate is the reason that you acted in such a manner. Maybe he is the one responsible. And so, yelling Shazam, all of Billy's panic goes away. Saying that word brings instant clarity, as Captain Marvel does his best to dissipate this crowd, saving as many people as possible. On the inside, Psycho-Pirate is going to steal the Mona Lisa, but as he goes to do so, that is when Captain Marvel comes into the room, with Psycho-Pirate trying to make him fear him. The courage of Achilles, this trumps it, and while the goons, they open fire, bullets going in all directions. He quickly takes care of them and he heads directly for Psycho-Pirates. But Psycho-Pirate has already made a getaway, making his way down into the subway. Everyone he comes across, he tells them that Captain Marvel is somebody that they hate with every fiber of their being. This allows Psycho-Pirate to be able to make his escape on the train. And thinking that he got away, he begins to try and make everybody forget that he is even on this train. That is until it suddenly stops. That is because of the captain, peeling this train open like a freaking potato. He gets ready to hit him with a heavy blast of magic. A nearby citizen telling him to stop, that he's going to kill Psycho-Pirate. And the captain, he says, so what? In this moment, he gains some clarity. The blast of magic that Billy had just sent, he absorbs it himself, turning to Psycho-Pirate and telling him that this is his fault. But Psycho-Pirate is swearing that he did nothing to the captain. The truth is, Psycho-Pirate's mask had fallen off. Without it, he has no powers. And so Captain Marvel now has to realize that Psycho-Pirate isn't the one manipulating him. Psycho-Pirate is not the reason that he was so reckless in that museum. He is not the reason that he went all egomaniac before. Now, he was able to save the painting. He stopped the pirate from hurting a bunch of people, but he also plowed through priceless artwork like a tornado. He thought nothing of killing the bad guy. He now sees that this isn't a glitch. Something is wrong with the captain. Today, he almost murdered a man, and who knows what he'll do next. Because the world cannot risk finding out what is wrong with him, what he might do next. As of right now, he can never say the word again. This is what takes us to an epilogue, the Rock of Eternity, and we have Freddy. Now, Freddy has come to the Rock of Eternity because Billy has been losing his temper, and there's nobody to watch his back if he's just regular old Freddy. He also thinks it's a little bit not fair that Mary was able to get powers from the Lady Gods, her own set of Shazam powers, while the rest of them, they didn't get anything. But he does believe Billy when he says that he's not hoarding the power on purpose. But with the Rock of Eternity just crawling with magic, he's thinking that maybe he can find something here. But as he walks around the Rock of Eternity, that is when he hears voices. He hears the voices of Hercules, of Zeus, of Mercury, of Achilles, of Solomon, of Atlas. All the gods that give Shazam power. They are plotting. The actual Shazam gods. They are trying to take away Billy's power. Freddy overhearing this conversation, trying to sneak away. Unfortunately, the gods heard him. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So far, I'm actually liking this series. Now, I wasn't sure how to feel about it with issue number 1, but I do like the idea that the Shazam gods are finally coming for him. They want their power back, and they plan to do whatever it takes to take it back, with them plotting in secret in the Rock of Eternity. And now it appears that Freddy is about to be captured. This story arc does seem to be very promising, because it is Billy going against the very gods that gave him power, or the very gods that he got the power from. And yet, Billy doesn't know this. He assumes that there is just something going on with his powers, and he refuses to use them anymore. Not until he figures out what the heck is happening, because it has been multiple occasions where he has had outrageous outbursts, and he almost murdered Psycho-Pirate. Speaking of Psycho-Pirate, it was a little bit disappointing to see that Psycho-Pirate is just back to being a regular thief. the regular nonsense and shenanigans that most villains in the DC universe are up to. I say that because Psycho-Pirate had such a good story arc when it came to Dark Crisis. To see the character growth of Psycho-Pirate throughout that story arc was absolutely phenomenal. So to see him back here in a museum just stealing pieces of art is a little bit disappointing. Hopefully in the future we will see him utilized in much better manners. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with this series, go ahead and check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this story. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.